What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
Good, Connor. Bit confused this evening, I will say. And when I give you the reason, you're going to fully understand why. Because I was talking to a man in work today, and I'd never talked to him before, and he asked me, "Oh, what part of Dublin are you from?" Now, this... I don't...
The biggest sin you could ask a man not from Dublin.
Yeah, why assume? You would never assume someone's from Dublin. Also, this voice is not a Dublin voice, let's be honest.
If this is your first episode, do not give this a like. You don't need to, right? It's absolutely fine. But if it's your second or third or whatever, could you give us a 5-star review on Spotify or whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on?
We have a little goal going. We have a bet, me and Connor, to see if we can achieve 100, specifically 5-star or just reviews?
I would take 100 reviews, but I like 100 5-star reviews. It's nice and round reviews at the moment of just 5. So maybe if we keep that. But yeah, so like 100 5-star reviews before Christmas, I think we said.
Yeah, and I think that's like we got some time. Like we haven't even hit the spooky holiday yet.
It's our 5-year birthday next month, Shaun. It's going to be exciting, but
it's going to be a big one.
I love the idea that this is somebody's first episode and they're like, this guy really hates Dublin.
Get on board. I mean, like, it's the content of any of our Ireland discussions.
Get in, we're going hating.
I love hating with the homies.
No, we love Dublin.
We love
the people
it, really.
in it, the area, just everything about it. It just screams.
It's just the sense of being there that I have an issue.
I love it. People from Dublin listen to this show as well, but they'll understand the culture way of just taking the piss out of you.
That's it. We're definitely punching up, let's be honest.
Oh, we've nothing. We have nothing here. I have a field. That's all I have.
We had a bubble tea place for a minute, and then it closed because everyone was laughing at it.
What do you think of bubble tea? Yeah or nay?
I don't mind it. It's not my favourite. I find ordering it very stressful.
I think the place is fancier than the drink deserves. I always think the place looks like a nice place. The posters look nice. The images look nice. And then you get it and you go, this is very similar to just like a normal drink, but it's got some weird bubbles at the bottom of it.
Yeah, it feels like something that was designed by Starbucks. And I know this isn't the case, but it feels like a gimmick that then got out of hand.
This isn't weird news. Shaun, what do we do here on Weird News?
Oh, sorry. You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy hating on our capital city while sipping delicious caffeinated drinks to look at any weird
But to be
news.
fair to you, you do hate all of Ireland. That's what you told me.
That is what I say. That's outside my house. I've emblazoned that on the side of a van that I drive around town. It's my whole deal.
Just no need, but you've done it anyway. And look, we respect the brashness of it. To just say, not only do I hate you, but I hate me, and I hate everything here.
I hate everything about that. And then what I did, I put my granny's phone number underneath it.
Interesting.
So she can deal with it.
She just keeps answering the rotary phone. Hello?
It'd be a hoi.
You gotta speak up, I'm wearing a towel. Okay, Shaun, we're gonna move on to our first weird news story of the day, and a pretty big day because it's kind of a story we had maybe 2 years ago, but it's happened again, but probably worse. Because I have Michigan woman pulled from outhouse toilet after climbing in after Apple Watch.
Oh no, I remember this original story and it was horrifying.
Yeah, so the last original one was a phone dropped into an outhouse. Whereas this one, a woman has lowered herself inside the toilet after dropping the watch and was later heard yelling for help. She was rescued on Tuesday last week from an outhouse toilet in northern Michigan while trying to retrieve her Apple Watch. The woman, whose name was not released, and look, between you and me, if I put my fucking head in the toilet and got stuck, there's no way the national news has learned my name.
You could not waterboard that information out of me. I am taking that to the grave.
Only name I'm giving you is, yes, I'm Shaun.
Please rate us 5 stars.
She lowered herself inside the toilet after dropping the watch at the Department of Natural Resources boat launch at Dixon Lake in Otsego County's Bagley Township.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Fair play, bud, because...
Okay. So, these places need shorter names. You know what I mean? You could have just told me it was a lake in, Michigan, and I would have been fine. Why? There was no need for that. I don't need the specific geographic location of the place.
No, I don't need the coordinates of this lake to get the benefit of the story about this woman falling in a pit of shite.
So, first responders were called when a woman was heard yelling for help. The toilet was removed and a strap was used to haul the woman out.
No, you're never using that strap again, are you? Also, the fact that it was like, screams were heard. Like, she was there for a while in that pit.
So, I mean, the main question here is, it's not said whether she went head first or whether she went feet first. But, surely there's no benefit to going feet first.
No, see, they said she lowered herself. So maybe it was she had the presence of mind to go feet first. The plan was to pick up the watch and then just assume she can do, some kind of clamber up the walls to get out. How deep was it? This pit. Also, who wears an Apple Watch on a hike?
Well, people who want to track their movements now, Shaun, their energy.
But it's expensive and going to get lost though. Is it or fall in the outhouse?
I have a watch that tracks all the steps and stuff. Now look, between you and me, it was €25. It definitely is going to break next week. But any bit of water will just blow up. But it's great because it told me last week I had 11 hours of sleep, and I was like, fucking hell, amazing. But then I realised it's not true, that I was just sitting down, and it assumed when I woke up,
your heart rate was so low,
so calm. It was like, you've had so much sleep.
Had a nap. 11 hours of sleep. Across the week. Oh no.
So she was in the muck, said the state police spokesman Derek Carroll to the Tri-Free Press. Carroll said she had retrieved her watch before her rescue. She was not injured, and Carroll said grateful to the first responders. The Apple Watch can cost a few $100s, but Shaun, to me, this very much sounds like, Homer, are you still holding on to the can?
Yeah, I'm of anything, just sacrifice the watch. It's gonna suck, but you've learned a lesson. Also, they say a few $100s, depending on the model of watch. Yeah. I'm looking it up here. It's €280 is the cheapest one. And then it goes all the way up to €900.
Who's spending €900 on a watch?
I don't know. I don't spend that much on a phone.
But maybe there are people that are 15 grand watch. Now look, I don't really understand that.
I'm not
to be
a
honest
watch
with
guy.
You.
Yeah,
I would just assume I will break it. Just always assume I will fall over and break it.
I cannot have anything nice. I will destroy it.
Maybe that's our psychosis of our mothers when we were young. You can't have anything nice.
Yeah.
It's rude.
If that one breaks, I'll get you another one.
Yeah, the trick is get one for €10. Just keep getting ones for €10. You're in the profit. Easy.
Even if the other one would last 20 times longer.
Yeah.
The £10 one.
Exactly. We are not stylish men.
No, we are. I've been dressing the same way since I was 15 though, so
Shaun, look, I feel like the question now becomes, what would have to fall into an outhouse toilet for you to stick your head in there to retrieve it?
Unless it's genuinely a loved one, I don't think it's going to happen.
Your mother falls into an outhouse toilet, she's gone, vanished.
I'll give it a try. But I'm not getting down there as well.
No, you're getting back out and looking to the father and look, I gave it a best go. I went,
you married her, you saw it out.
I put down to my wrist in. I'm no, you're grand.
I just feel they're there has to be a better way than climbing in to get it out of the outhouse. Surely there's a big branch somewhere that you can hook around the strap. Actually, yeah, a watch is the easier one of the two. Like, watch or phone. A watch is easier to pick up from a distance.
Got a little hook.
Got a little hook built into it. Mm-hmm. So if you... I just want to know how long this woman spent from, oh no, the watch fell in, to... I need to get in the outhouse.
Well, I mean, that's always the point of all of these stories, is like there's a moment in it where she's like, oh fuck, I better get this watch. Yeah. And then the mood changes when she realises, I'm stuck in an outhouse, and not to be too specific, at the Natural Resources boat launch at Dixon Lake in Otsco County's Bagley Township. And look, I would be thinking that myself.
Not being too specific.
I don't want to be too specific about this example, but that is exactly, if I was going to just come up with a situation, that's where I'd put myself. And if that came about, I would think there'd have to be a 5 to 10 second thing where you're like, I'll do it myself. At what point do you start yelling for help is the real question.
Oh, immediately after you go in, like...
I yell for help while on the toilet.
Surely you could get help before climbing in and just be like, hey, I dropped my watch down here, can you help me?
But who's going to want to help you do that?
There has to be, like... they have to be cleaned, surely. So someone is in charge of that.
Yeah... I suppose, but like everyone, you're not going to ask like your loved one to be like, look, come join me on this fucking trek.
No, but hang on. I'm being absolutely psychotic here now, in that I've found the outhouse on Google Maps. And like within, I would say 10 to 20 yards.
There's an Apple store.
There's a big magnet on a string.
Oh, fuck.
No, there's a load of branches and trees and stuff that you could be using. Like,
right.
And just people don't innovate anymore, you know? There's no invention in times of crises.
All right, old man.
We used to be a country, Connor.
We used to be a country. We used to use sticks to pull shit watches out of shit.
I don't think this is me being like, no, I'd be fine in that scenario. I would not have to get into an outhouse to get an Apple Watch out of a pit shit. Mm.
Shaun, I love the fact, by the way, that the article ends because clearly they didn't hit the number of words they were looking for. So
what are they describing?
Bagley Township is about 240 miles, 386 kilometres, northwest of Detroit. So now, bet you didn't know that.
I didn't. That's the most useless, in fact, direction I've ever received. A woman
stuck her head in some fucking piss and shit. But I'll tell you something now. She was 240 miles northwest of Detroit while doing
Only 4,000 kilometres from Dublin, I'll have you know.
Just do that from anywhere. Every article should end with a random geographical point and in the distance between that and the situation.
Yeah, like I could not pick out Detroit on a map if you paid me.
No, I don't think so. But I think that because our American geography is quite bad.
That's true, but that's no excuse, you know.
Like I think a lot of people internationally are just like California, New York, Washington, and Texas.
Question about Washington, that could be either side. You never know.
No, Washington's top left.
Yeah, Washington DC. Top right.
Oh yes, of course.
Come on, man.
Damn it. I know Chicago is in the middle, along the top somewhere.
Chicago. Florida's down the right somewhere.
Oh,
Texas,
well, everyone knows.
Near Mexico.
Texas, yes. That is the extent. Everywhere else is just kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I know one of them is like a square, like it's just all straight lines on the border, and I don't know which one.
I'm going to say Ohio. That's
Oregon?
Ohio.
Oregon.
Maybe. Look, and the way we would look at it is we don't learn your geography because I feel like there's nothing in your curriculum that says, look, here's all the counties outside Dublin. I don't know if that pops up.
No, I don't. Like, no one needs to know where like Letterkenny is. Like,
Shaun, we do have to move on though, because I did want to touch on something very Irish, something incredibly close to our hearts that I wanted you to explain to every one of our international listeners.
Oh, well, I'm happy to help, Connor. I'm always at your
really
service here.
a prestigious championship happened this day last week. Possibly the most prestigious championship. Now look, the Rugby World Cup is on at the minute. Ireland are doing well. We all know that, right? But that's shit compared to possibly, I would say, our Super Bowl. And that is...
Is this what I think it is?
The National Ploughing Championship.
Yeah. Here we go. The biggest event in Irish culture.
Shaun, the National Ploughing Championships, could you explain that to anyone?
Oh, God. Imagine... I'm going to actually try this. So imagine like a trade show, right? Where it's for farming and ploughing, and it's like there's a load of showing off machines and technologies and innovations in the farming world. Copy that with a load of advertisers handing out free shit. There's like events, there's like wood chopping competitions and shit like that.
It's for the men. You know what I mean?
For the men, for the boys, for the lads.
For the boys, for the lads.
Then also, every school, if you're within the ages of like 14 to 16, the school brings you to this.
Yeah.
And you just spend the day walking around collecting free pens.
It's just in a big field, a real muddy big field.
The muddiest you can imagine, and it was
muddiest
lashing this year.
And it's always lashing rain. And the situation is you just walk from stand to stand with people who are then trying to sell you tractors.
Yeah, so you will be like a little 16-year-old Shaun, deep in discussion about combine harvesting. Like...
And you don't know anything about combine harvesting.
Not a clue. I'm fairly sure there's music there, like there's bands on a stage.
Oh, like bands, it's a very prestigious event to get to. So I think what happened was it started off as just for farmers, and then people realised that if they bring their company there, then it's like a prestigious thing. Like, once the farmers get involved, who has more money than the farmer? So you get involved with those lads and you should be alright.
100%. And like farming is like, it's a bit of a stereotype, but like farming massive in Ireland. And like the farmers and the farmers union in particular, a lot of members. So if you ingratiate yourself with the farmers, you scratch their back, they'll scratch yours.
Yeah, so then you go there. So every year this gets hosted.
And you're 16 when you go there. Like, I can't stress that enough.
For some reason, schools go. I don't understand why, but we did as well.
Went there, I had a sausage sandwich and it was pink in the middle.
But I'd say it was proper sausage in terms of it had just been made literally 10 minutes before.
It was ground there, like it was.
Like the boys killed the cow, or the pig, sorry, in front of you.
You know how sausages are made.
Yeah, it's from goats, isn't it? You
That's
get
it,
out of goats.
It's entirely
and you
goats.
milk the goats, and then you form it into a sausage. Is that not how it works?
That's how you make sausage and mozzarella sticks, actually, yeah.
We were in Italy recently, a few weeks ago.
Yes,
and
we were.
What?
We were.
Oh no, not me and you. No. But we were on a holiday, right? At a wedding.
Nice.
And we were having a meal with an Italian family. And they were very, very nice. And we were chatting away. But they were hosting us. And so they kept serving us mozzarella balls, right?
Unreal. In my element.
Now look, unreal. But Shaun, they served me like 4, right? Now this is the starter. So, but they just gave
As a starter? How big are the mozzarella balls? Like,
well, everybody else got one, but I'm in a situation where I'm too nice to say no, so I just kept saying yes, or go on, throw it on.
You kept saying molto bene.
Molto bueno. Così, I said. But then they gave me one, I ate that, and then I was like, okay, cool. Then they gave me another one, I was like, I ate that, okay. And then by the time it got to the 3rd and 4th, I have to be honest with you, I was like, maids are coming. I'm on my last legs here. Because there was bread as well. There was bread with it.
And the thing about mozzarella, delicious cheese. I'm not knocking it at all. But like, it's small portions. You know, you don't... no one wants a whole block of mozzarella.
And that's basically what I ate. So, like, massive fucking tennis ball sizes of them.
And were they just mozzarella? They weren't breaded or anything like that?
Oh no, just pure mozzarella, lad.
Were you meant to eat those? Were that for the table?
Kept giving me them. They just, to be honest, and I was just eating. And look, we got to the maids, and I had the maids.
What was the maid?
And then, what was the maid? I can't remember.
Was it a pasta dish?
It was a pasta dish. Look, I don't want to be
See
critical,
how I fucking
right?
guessed that on Instagram?
That was a great stuff, right? And so then I ate that. And then after that, I'll be honest with you, I thought I was going to get sick everywhere.
That's a lot of dairy. Are you lactose intolerant or anything?
No, but it was just so much food that I was like... And you know when you have that moment, like, look, we've all probably been out with people and you're just being nice, but like in my head, I was like, how do I subtly get sick on the table without anyone noticing?
Yeah. And you can't like excuse yourself and then come back and then be like, oh, I'm really hungry again.
Like, you're like, I'm like now doing like the spy shit of like, okay, how do I leave the table and get sick in my hands without anyone noticing?
It's a terrible, that like
running
debate
through all
you have
the
to have with
situations.
yourself.
Like, look, a puke could come at any moment. How do I adapt to the situation that's about to occur?
And I guarantee you, and not to get too visceral here, but if you got sick, none of that would be digested. It would just come
absolutely
right
not.
back
Oh,
up.
it was going to be rough. It was going to be rough. And so it was just because I ate too much. I just ate way too much because I just kept saying yes.
Yeah, you ate a
everything.
wheel of cheese.
I did. And then I just kept eating more shit. And so then I had to go to the bathroom and I was like, I'm going to die. I actually think I might die. And then I had to stay in there for about 10 minutes and I had to come out. And there's a moment where like they're all kind of looking at me because they think I've gone for a shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's worse.
Like, oh, brother, I wish.
I wish. I don't want to be rude, but I thought I was going to die.
There's nothing worse than seeing multiple people realise you came back from the bathroom. Like it was a significant length of time that you were gone.
There's been a chat of, where the fuck is Connor?
Where's he gone?
Off to?
And then they hear the flush from a distance, and then okay.
I hadn't even gone to the bathroom, but you have to do the customary flush.
You have to.
You know what I mean?
It's weirder to come out of a bathroom and it not make a sound.
Weirder. It does look a lot stranger. Oh, I'm just having a shower there. Sorry about that there now. Yeah, I'm just out.
Imagine you came back dripping wet with a towel around you. Like,
I just sat back down at the table. What's going on?
Fork. You're trying to tuck the napkin.
Anyway, so what's this for dessert? Or what are we having? What's going on,
Did
lads?
you have a dessert?
Oh, I didn't. No.
Oh, was it offered?
It was, yes.
Cheese plate, wonderful.
Can I have more mozzarella? Actually, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Lad.
Mozzarella from earlier, is that still kicking around? Is
That's still. Oh no, I ate it all. All right, good.
All right.
So it's just situations like that. It's just you're just, to be polite, you just have to go through the situation of nearly dying, and I think that's important.
I think, and if you don't do that, you're a bad person. You know, you have to please everyone all the time.
I could have said no more for me, but who would that offend? Everyone. That's no need.
Turning down a home cooked meal from your host.
Turning down a whole wheel of mozzarella designed for 10 people.
This is why I'm a nightmare to go shopping with.
Shaun, well, the boot throwing record was broken at the National Ploughing Championships.
The amount?
You must know.
I did see this. This isn't distance thrown a boot.
No.
It's amount of boots thrown.
But it's this is perfect for it. So we broke the record. We now have a world record here in Ireland. It's a very prestigious thing.
About time.
So 995 people threw Wellington boots into the air at the exact same time, breaking the previous world record set in the Stratton Agricultural Show in 2018 in England. Shaun, was this world record attempt specifically tried because England held the previous record?
Absolutely it was. But I also feel that, like, surely you could have found 5 more people and just got
you gotta get to the 1,000.
Like,
what's going on?
Wait 5 minutes, they'll show up. Is it one welly per person or 2 wellies?
one welly per person.
Do you think they brought separate wellies from home to throw, or they were provided on the day?
There's nobody, and I'm going to say this confidently, at the National Ploughing Championships who doesn't own Wellington boots.
I saw videos of lads on TikTok and they were walking around the Ploughing Championships in like ankle deep mud, wearing like Nike Air Max. And I'm like, oh brother, that's never coming out of the shoe or your feet. Like, you are polluted.
It's got into your skin, lad. That's never coming out. That stink.
It looks
is
like
there.
you're wearing socks all the time.
You've got a great tan line up to your ankle. I just wanted to cover that because I feel like the National Ploughing Championships don't get enough love internationally, Shaun. People need to know that this is what we have to sit through in rural Ireland.
I would love
this is just normal.
It's just not like it's. I'd never realised until I was chatting to a Canadian friend of mine and I had to explain the Ploughing Championships. And it's like, we just took it for granted. It was always there when we were growing up. Like, our national broadcaster does a special live broadcast from the Ploughing Championships on this date.
Yeah, obviously. Sure, where else are you going to do it? It's the biggest event in the world.
But they never use that live broadcast centre for anything other than the Ploughing Championships.
They only drive it to the field that the Ploughing Championships is in and then set up there. They won't go anywhere else.
No, and like in school, did you have it as well that the kids who were like from farming families, they just took the week off? It was it was a fucking holiday, lad. Midweek holiday. Because it's in September, like, so you're just back to school. You get to piss off to the Ploughing Championships for half of it. It's unreal.
Shaun, we're going to have to move on to our next piece of news, and I have one of my favourite characters I think we've covered here, because I have backyard trapeze artist battles code inspectors in Miami-Dade. Miguel Quintero couldn't give a flying fuck what naysayers think about the circus-sized trapeze that he has set up in his own backyard. It's a backyard circus.
An old backyard circus. God, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Is that that's his property? Surely he can do what he wants.
So Quintero trained circus acrobats behind his 1,300 square foot home on an acre of unincorporated land near North Miami. His home-based business, Miami Flying Trapeze, features a supersized rig that runs the length of his house and includes ladders, bars, safety lines and a net. So he has set up his own trapeze circus in his own backyard that you can go and see.
This actually looks class. Like, it looks safe.
Shaun, I have an interview with the man himself, and he only has 2 sentences, but I think it really encapsulates what he thinks of this. Because he said, it's probably the best idea I ever had. And then he takes a moment and he says, it's probably the best idea anyone has ever had.
Oh, penicillin was pretty good though. The polio vaccine did a lot for us.
Yeah, but I mean, he set up a trapeze. That's the best idea anyone's ever had.
And I appreciate the hustle of this, and like, it's cool that it exists, right? I will say, home-based trapeze artist is a tough sell for me. I just feel if you're a good enough trapeze artist, you should be going somewhere that has the trapeze already. You shouldn't have to.
But maybe you're undiscovered talent. Maybe you couldn't make it in the big leagues and you started off in the backyards.
How do you... Yeah, that's a good question. How does one get into trapezing?
I suppose... I would have always said it was very... I don't know. A bit of nepotism that really went into that.
You're really born into a trapeze. This is entirely based off of Batman, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, I feel like real life, very tough to be like, yeah, I'm 22, this is what I'm going to do. Normally it's like, oh, my uncle was a trapeze artist and his uncle before him.
Yeah, there's some kind of link there where you can get in. Because where do you practice? I guess that's why you have to build your own, I guess.
You gotta build your own trapeze arts in your trapeze rig in your backyard.
But this man has a 1,200 square foot home with an acre of land. He's clearly done all right. And maybe that's a side hustle from the trapezing, but he's doing okay.
Now look, the backyard acrobatics were running smoothly until county code enforcement agents zeroed in on the property. Since September of last year, Quintero and his wife have received several citations based on the Code Enforcement Department's claims of unlawful parking of a commercial vehicle, failure to secure building permits, and failure to obtain a certificate for a home occupation.
Right. So is the trapeze a vehicle? Is that what they're saying?
So he can fit it all into a van if needs be, into a 6 by 12 foot trailer. He can dismantle the whole rig and the portable swing in like an hour and a half. And put it all into the 12-foot trailer. But they are now coming for him for having set this up. And his point is, I'm allowed to do whatever I want on my own private property. And they're like, you don't have a permit to set up a trapeze rig in your own backyard. So now we are at an impasse of what does the man do, Shaun?
I mean, okay, where's the line of what's allowed and what's not, right? Because trapeze, basically gymnastics. Right? If there's one kid with a trampoline in that neighbourhood, I'd argue that he's bulletproof, he's untouchable. Because both of those are like tenuously related to gymnastics equipment.
So you're saying that the kid with the trampoline can commit bigger crimes?
No, not bigger. No, well, he could get a van if he wanted, I suppose.
Like murder or like I don't know, like kidnapping.
Perhaps, but I'll give him the trailer to pack everything away. That shouldn't be parked on the street, I would say. I'll give him that. But I will fight and die for this man's right to have a trapeze in his back garden. Because he paid for it and he can do what he wants.
The man has a dream. He just wants to be trained trapeze artist to do trapeze stuff.
Also, I found his house on Google Maps. And
would you stop finding people's places on Google Maps?
I'm lethal at GeoGuessr, lad. And he's at the end of a cul-de-sac, tucked away from everyone. He's causing no harm at all. Trapeze is not the loudest sport in the world. If he had a shooting range in his back garden, that's an issue.
What are the loudest sports he could possibly do? Shooting. That could be a sport.
Tennis, based on how they grunt when they swing.
Yeah, is he a grunter? Is he not a grunter? It's completely up to him. But I mean, you don't want to grunt in an echo-filled environment.
No, 10-pin bowling. That's pretty loud.
That can be quite loud.
Loudest sports.
Maybe a lock and popaton champion.
A pop and sorry.
Sorry, you understood what I was saying. A lock and popaton champion is a pop and lockaton. A pop. Oh my god!
I think you just had a stroke. But
what's dancing?
Dancing would be like tap dancing. If you got because they have those boards they lay out and dance on. Couldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it,
you're thinking of the river dance.
Yeah, that and trapeze goes hand in hand in my head in terms of difficulty.
I think he needs to go harder at. I think you set up the trapeze. I think next up, elephant. Maybe some sort of clown situation.
You're thinking a full 3-ring circus in this man's backyard.
I'm thinking. Well, look, I don't like the fact that there's elephants there, there's animals. Don't be harming the animals.
Leave them alone, they don't want to be there.
But fall yourself onto a fucking net if you want, but just leave the boys alone, is what I would say.
Have you seen those circuses that have holographic elephants and shit?
I think I remember seeing one clip of it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's it's cool.
Should they do that, Shaun? Look, I don't want to get political here, but should they do that with all zoos?
Honestly, yeah, I think zoos are tough, right? Because on the one hand,
there's that one guy that's dressed up as a bear.
Yeah, who is presumably still kicking around.
Do we feed him? Probably not.
Probably not. Who needs it? He's in a zoo. But if conservation-wise, some zoos are good. Dublin Zoo does good stuff for sick animals. But I also feel a polar bear shouldn't be 20 minutes from a donut shop. Which I don't think that's controversial to say.
I feel like if you run for office, that could be your slogan.
If I run for office and the sole promise I make
is what promise?
Take the polar bear out of Dublin Zoo.
I'm going to get him back into the Icelands.
He's going to love it. You won't believe it. And then it's like a monkey's paw, and then Dublin ends up carpeted in snow.
Quintero plans to refile a lawsuit and test how far the Florida drone statute can go. He's going for a $15 million lawsuit against the local government.
So he's counter-suing the government.
He's now suing them, yes. He's a backyard acrobat, and he says he studied physics and theology in college and is digging in his heels to clear the citations from his home.
Here's the thing. What we have here is an acrobat with science and psychology background.
Yeah.
Who has unexplainable wealth that allows him to do passion projects on his own land, taking on the government from a system that he feels is not right. I think this is a Batman scenario, Colin.
Is he the hero or the villain?
I think he's... I don't think he's I wouldn't want to hang out with him, but I don't think he's the villain in this story. I think he should be allowed to do this. I feel like he's the type of person... He's the type of lad who'd bring up the trapeze non-stop. Like, he'd be like, every conversation is
like,
the
my
trapeze.
Mother passed away a few weeks ago. It's a typical time. We're all very down.
Yeah.
Well, my trapeze stuff is going quite poorly as well, actually. So we're probably in the same boat, really.
The thing about trapeze, a lot of ups and downs, you know?
That's the thing about trapeze, lad. Swings and roundabouts, you know what I mean?
Cheer up, it's fine.
At the funeral. Look, it's grand. Look, I have troubles as well with the trapeze people.
He's definitely the type of guy that offers to juggle to entertain people.
A magician.
An overly keen magician is the worst type of magician.
You strike me as someone who's looked into magic before.
Big time. You have no idea how much I wanted to be good at magic and how short of an attention span I have, which magic really thrives on.
You would be halfway through the fucking trick, and someone would be chopped in half, and then you'd get distracted by something. This is fucking shite. What's going on here?
Put it back later. I bought so many magic sets as a kid, man.
Gosh, you did.
Waste of time. There's like 6 ones in my childhood bedroom.
You were like, I'm going to be fucking Dynamo. I'm going to be David Blaine. Wait till you see this.
I'm like 9 pushing fucking knitting needles through my hand and shit.
Of course you are. You were so cool. I knew just by looking at you that you were like, I'm going to be a magician.
Connor, I believed it as well.
What inspired you? Was it Blaine sitting in a box?
I did see that. I remember watching that in a hotel, and I was enraptured. And then I think the day after, Steve Irwin died. But
fucking hell.
It was a tough time. I formed a lot of my opinions that day.
I remember watching Dynamo live in a hotel, and then the day after, David Bowie died.
Really?
No, that's a fucking lie. I just made that up. But it's weird when you tell a story like that, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, sorry. I got real emotional whiplash and didn't know how to respond to that. I see now how that's difficult.
I've been there now. Shaun, we're going to have to move on to our next piece of news, which I want you to do a magic trick on the show maybe sometime.
I'll make all of our audience disappear really quick.
Oh, you've already done that. Yeah. Wow. Shaun, we're moving on to our next. By the way, if you are on Spotify, it's going to ask you a question at the end of this episode.
Yes. It's going to say, what did you think of this episode? But we can do whatever we want. What
we would like to know is, what magic trick would you like Shaun to do?
Oh God.
And when everyone gets the most votes, you have to do it.
I will learn the trick. I will do it. I'll figure it out. If it's a good trick.
Just comment David Blaine's 40 days in a box.
Can someone comment 8 hours of sleep, please? Because genuinely,
I can give you my watch, lad. It'll tell you you have 11. Easy.
I'll go into minus numbers somehow, Connor. It won't make sense.
Shaun, it's happened in Canada's Wonderland in Vaughan, Ontario, as passengers stuck upside down on amusement park ride.
Like in the roller coasters. Oh, nightmare.
Trill Speaker spent almost half an hour hanging upside down when an amusement park ride broke down in Ontario last week. The park said the drama happened when a ride known as the Lumberjack became inverted with guests on board at 10:40 p.m. in the night on Saturday night. Maintenance staff managed to get everyone down about half an hour later, which meant there was 30 minutes of them basically being upside down about 100 feet in the air.
I'm actually, my heart is going, like, when you're talking about this. I'm like, this is awful. Half an hour upside down in the air.
2 guests reported chest pain and were attended at the park's health centre. The safety of our guests is always our first priority, said the park. Then footage was published by the BBC and shows a park official breezily asking up, "Is everybody doing okay up there?" and getting a resounding no in response.
What did you expect, pal? Like, I could have told you that.
So, Shaun, the question is, what do you do in this situation?
Oh, like, the obvious answer is piss yourself, but it's just going to come back down. What can you do?
The obvious answer, look, we were all thinking it is clearly piss yourself.
So, they're strapped in by the like, over the shoulder.
Yeah, you're strapped in. It's because it's like, it's one of those swinging ones. Like, it swings side to side, and they both ended up fucking inverted each side.
I hate those. So I hate all of them. I hate all roller coasters. They're a terrible
You get
experience.
scared. It's fine.
It's too fast and too upside down for me.
Man was not meant to go these speeds.
No. If we were meant to be going that speed, we would have been made into sharks and put in the water.
No, the ones where like they spin around in a circle, you get stuck to the fucking wall. Nah, fuck that.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Did that once. Also, waltzers, right? Fucking shit. Terrible time. It's just speed running motion sickness is all you're doing. Alright? I don't care for it. They have terrible announcers. There's one dude just walking around who spins everyone. And he just singles me out every time and ruins my night.
If I was that dude, I would also single you out. I feel like I'm going to let this guy get sick fucking everywhere. It's going to be hilarious.
And he knows I've had candy floss before getting on.
He watched you eat the fucking floss. And he's like, this lad is easy pickings for me, he thinks.
He gets paid by the vomit.
I'll tell you something now. The worst of them all, though, Shaun, isn't actually technically a fun fair ride or a carnival ride or whatever. The one that you always have on, like, holidays, the slingshot one, that's always in the middle of a fucking square, where, like, they strap you in and they just... Yeah, they just slingshot you into the fucking air and you go, like, miles up, right?
I've never done that.
Right, there's always pressure. You're on a holiday and there's always some fucking dickhead who's like, I'd love to do it. You're going to do it with me, aren't you? And I'm like, no.
Fuck.
I am in me. I'm not going to get flung to fucking France on your bed, right?
I don't want to be beside you when I land in a fucking like cement block building.
Because the minute I get in that, the straps are breaking. I've seen every Final Destination film. I'm going forever.
Do you know what I don't like as well? Is the ones where you're at the top of a yoke and it drops you. Right?
Oh yeah.
Now, I hate that. I also hate there's a fella on TikTok and he's the operator of that. He pushes the button that makes you drop and he fucks with you before he does it. So he'll press the button and then there's like a couple of seconds before it goes. So he'll push your button and then say, oh, hang on, I just need to tighten that strap. And then you drop. And you're like, you assume you've died in that moment, like.
And
or
now
he'll say, wait, and then it'll drop. And
are we saying maybe some sort of death penalty for that man, or what?
I feel look, I'm signing up to survive something, and you've put it in my head that I mightn't.
That's not fair. I was already thinking I wouldn't. Before I got here, I was thinking this is the one time it breaks, and I'm going to die. And
now you've done me in. You've cursed me.
Yeah.
There was do you remember the roller coaster? It was called the Wild Mouse or the Crazy Mouse or something like that.
Yeah, vaguely.
Big mouse-shaped thing you sit in and it spins around while it goes around on the track. We used to go on that a couple of times 'cause it was where we used to go for summer holidays. But I saw them setting it up one time, and the whole thing just sits on like 6 breeze blocks on the ground. Just loose and just like skittering around. And I'm like, what the fuck? Children,
You
right?
don't want to see it get made.
No.
You really don't.
I saw a Ferris wheel get put up, and it's just nuts and bolts. I don't understand how that holds it together.
You don't want to see anything get made because eventually you're like, no, this is not safe.
Yeah.
You look like the person in the Final Destination movie that's like, everyone off, we're about to die.
Yeah, because you can see it in time-lapse form then being unmade while you're in it.
Yeah, because you can see how easily it could be unmade.
Yeah.
Now look, we might just be, and I don't want to be scientific, little bitches.
Could be.
But
It's always
I
an
feel
option.
like we have strong stances here that we got to stick with.
Fun fairs should be fun, and they shouldn't fuck with you before you're on the ride.
And they should be fair. They shouldn't fuck with you.
They should be fun and fair.
They should be full of candy floss and leave me alone and let me eat me floss.
I just like the little games where I shoot water at a clown's face.
I know I'm not going to win, but I'm going to try it my best.
It's the participation and no one's going to die. I can surely throw all of these balls into those milk jugs.
I've never been good at sport, but now's the one time I'm going to be good at it. Perfect. I'm a national baseball player at heart. I'm ready to go. Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news because we just got a lot off our chest in terms of fun fairs.
I
think we'd be a nightmare to go to one of them like with. I feel.
Oh yeah, if that'll be a Patreon goal. We'll do a fun fair day and we'll just be miserable the whole time.
Look at these fucking Egypts up there. They're all going to die. Honest to God, they're out to die. That's actually bad.
We're going to watch people die. We're like, what's going to happen here?
Sean, shirtless man and his dog lead LAPD on 10-mile chase in a golf cart.
That's either a quick golf cart or a slow chase.
So news helicopters filmed several Los Angeles Police Department squad cars with lights flashing and sirens blaring following the cart late on Sunday after it was reported stolen from a shopping centre. Onlookers could be heard cheering and laughing as the suspect, only wearing shorts, nonchalantly drove the security cart with a dog on his lap while being chased through busy streets, including a multi-lane main road. At times, officers jumped out of their cars to try to grab him, just for him to repeatedly evade them over and over again, even though the cart has a top speed of 19 miles per hour.
Okay. Did that require 7 police cars?
I feel like it didn't, but at the same time, he kept evading, Sean. You have to add a car for every evade attempt.
It's Grand Theft Auto rules, of course. But what you would do is surely get 4 cars max and just get them on each side. And then just encircle them and then you're safe.
No, he's going too quick. 19 miles per hour. It's like you wouldn't even see him. It's the speed of light.
That also seems pretty fast for a golf cart, to be fair.
And he's bringing his good boy dog on his lap as well, so he's tried his best.
He's got the get out of jail free card there.
Yeah. Cops even tried using spike strips without success.
What the fuck?
This has got to be embarrassing for the lads. Like, when you get back to the office, there must be looks that, you couldn't catch a lad in a fucking golf cart.
Yeah. Do you know what gets me? Is they'd have to roll up the spike strips again
afterwards. Yeah,
and they're spotlessly clean. There's no rubber.
The man going under 20 miles per hour to drive over these spikes.
That's the speed they tell you to drive, so if you hit a child, they don't die.
And they couldn't get him. There's got to be, and once they go back to the station, there has to be looks. There has to be inquisitions. Yeah. What's going on?
Do you think they all go back at once, or do they stagger it?
I mean, if you all walk in, are they expecting a round of applause once they arrest the man?
Yeah. Oh, there would be golf balls left everywhere. These men are never getting a good day's work.
Oh no! Every time they walk anywhere in, someone's shouting 4. Absolutely.
Classic move. What you have for lunch? A sandwich, is it?
Jeez, did you take your iron tablets today? So you did. All right, that's good. Cops even, as I said, using the spike strips before the suspect was finally boxed in on a 7-Eleven parking lot 10 miles from where 10 miles at 19 miles per hour.
What the fuck? So it took him half an hour, was it, to catch this dude?
Using that maths, it would be about a half an hour.
But they caught him in a car park.
Oh yeah, he drove into the car park. He had to stop for them to get him. There, the shirtless suspect jumped out of the cart and tried to run away. But Shaun, what was his major fault that he made at this point?
Shoelaces tied together?
He picked up the dog into his arms and began running with the dog, carrying the dog with him. Was
it a slow-running dog, though? You're not no man left behind, Connor. What are you doing?
Well, that's the thing. Nearly 24 cops now giving chase to him.
Gee, do you think they're trying to justify some kind of budget by any chance?
I mean, look, all I'm saying, right, is if there was 24 cops trying to catch this lad going 19 miles per max 19, so probably about 15 average, 24 cops couldn't catch a lad in a golf cart who's half naked with a dog. There's got to be somebody being murdered on the far side of the city that is just going to get away.
Yeah, there's so much other crime happening at that very moment that any one of those 24 should be helping.
As he was captured and handcuffed, his dog initially escaped, Shaun, just to then also be caught and led away by the leash.
Okay, so does that dog then? What happens to the dog is my main question.
I feel like you said the dog was the driver. He was the instigator behind the whole thing.
I think. Wait, what did you say? The dog was in trouble, and like
the dog, he was just out from the pound.
Yeah, needed special medicine from the shop that I stopped outside of. I didn't know why you guys were here.
He's then also seen on video apologising to the dog, Shaun. He says, "I'm sorry, Rocky. I'm very sorry," he says, according to the dog. And then he goes, "I was drinking. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. Be a better person than me." He's talking to the dog, by the way.
Connor, that's how I talk to all dogs, let's be honest.
Don't drink, don't do drugs.
Be a better person than me.
Be a better person than me, doggo. The LAPD has not identified the suspect as of Monday, but it is not immediately known what charges he's facing. The original call was for robbery, but it is not confirmed what they arrested him for. Right. He was just on the run, topless.
Maybe he stole the golf cart. Maybe he stole the dog.
He did seem to know the dog's name because he said, "I'm sorry, Rocky," unless he calls all dogs Rocky.
He could have just named it Rocky on the road. Rocky Road, if you will.
Rocky Road, of course.
Dog could have been wearing a collar with the name Rocky on it.
True. Maybe he was stolen by the dog?
So the dog stole the human.
The dog stole him, yeah, and it's some sort of grand caper.
Some kind of Ratatouille style thievery situation.
All I'm saying is maybe the dog came down on a wire from the ceiling, yeah.
Yeah. Tom Cruise. No, I can't.
Tom Bark Cruise. No,
Cruise. Tom Chews Bones.
Labrador Cruise.
No.
I don't. Why did you go Tom? I mean, we could have done anything. Ocean's 11 that has a crime caper in it.
Okay, but make a dog joke with that.
Oh, give me what's the guy doing the British accent?
Dog Cheadle.
Dog Cheadle. You're goddamn right.
God damn it.
Dog Beagle.
Oh,
Beagle.
Beagle.
Sorry, Dog Beagle. Yes.
I don't.
You're just not as good as me. That's fine. Look, it's easy to accept. You know what I mean?
It's such a star-studded cast, Connor. I can't pick just one.
Bark Pit. You could have easily gone that way.
Bark Pit is weak. Brad Pitbull was right there.
What?
Brad Pitbull.
Oh no, you're right.
I'm back on board.
Nobody likes someone jumping on the joke halfway through, Sean. It's a bit sad, actually, when you think about it. Like, I did a lot of heavy lifting there.
This is the kind of feedback he gives me after the show. He has time codes. He's like,
Jeez, he got really emotional about that bark pit thing.
Dial it back just a touch.
I just love dog puns, you know what I mean?
The best ones.
Sean, what do you think this man's story is? And first of all, is he a criminal? Maybe he's innocent.
You're asking a lot of me here.
It's a lot of stuff.
Okay. Man, this man's
You're
lost.
his lawyer, by the way.
He's a what?
You're his lawyer,
Right,
as always.
okay. Fair enough, Your Honour. Let me. I just get told this on the morning. I would question why. Where's his shirt gone? You know what happened there? Maybe that was stolen from him. Maybe the dog in the golf cart is the only thing he has left. Maybe he called in a stealing, a robbery. That's the term. You're right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. He called in.
He turned around to the jury. It's actually called the robbery. That's the term they use.
He called in the robbery because someone stole his shirt. Then the police arrived and, through prejudice, assumed that he was the one who was doing a robbery.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was just murdering people at that point, but he hadn't robbed anyone.
He had called in the crime. So he was like, listen, I'll show you the way. And then the only vehicle he had was the golf cart.
I've driven here 10 miles away in my golf cart.
In fear, Your Honour.
I drove 10 miles on a golf cart in fear, and now I will turn around and drive back to the spot.
Because now that I have the backup of 24 police officers.
Now he was actually he was hoping they'd bring more.
He was maybe some dog officers for his friend. K9 units, bring them along. And then he was
the judge is just quiet looking at you, just like you rambling. K9 units are
I'm just getting like sweatier and sweatier in the courtroom. And Brad Pitbull, he could have been.
I don't know if anyone heard bad Pitbull. You can't say bark pit, that's fucking shit.
That's terrible.
Brad Pitbull. Sean, okay, we're going to finish off this week because Florida man, this is Florida woman. This is interesting because a woman in Orange County was cited after deputies learned she was keeping an alligator in a bathtub for her birthday.
For her birthday?
Yes.
For her own birthday?
Yes.
So
she was keeping the gator in a bathtub at the Grove Resort and Water Park, hearing from her that she had borrowed the animal without permission from Croc Encounters in Tampa Bay, where she said she used to work. According to the news release, when the officers arrived at her room last week, they located a juvenile alligator inside the bathtub. A juvenile alligator.
Like a teenager, like...
Yeah, like, just like, get out of my fucking room.
It's got he's got a side fringe and like arm socks.
Loves Linkin Park, as we all did.
We all loved the Transformers soundtrack, Connor. Come on.
I mean, who didn't? What's your number one Linkin Park song? What's the What About Time? What's the What About Getting Numb?
Yeah, Numb. That's the one.
Well, yeah. How did you not remember Numb?
New Divide. New Divide as well from Revenge of the Fallen. I had that album. It was a very good album.
That movie's so funny because it doesn't matter what scene it is. Somebody could be murdered. Somebody could be in love. A robot could show up and do a backflip. Linkin Park are playing in the background, and you goddamn right, it's a really instrumental, like, powerful song, regardless of the emotion of the scene.
It's a really instrumental and powerful band, Connor, regardless of the day you're having.
This is like those times that Evanescence came up in the Daredevil review. We were like, this is the best part of this movie. Like,
this brings the movie up to like a 6.
2007 us was like, this is the coolest thing in the world, and us in 2023 is like, yeah.
That holds up. We were correct.
We were correct. An FWC incident summary report goes into greater detail. In it, the woman claims that she visited the business ahead of opening and used keys that she still had, even though she was now fired, to gain and retrieve the reptile, transporting it to the Orange County Resort, where she was planning to stay for 5 days, so that she could take pictures with it for her birthday. So she stole the fucking alligator and brought it to the hotel just for photos to be taken with her on her birthday in a few days.
Why would you want photos of an alligator specifically on your birthday?
Look, it's Florida.
I suppose, but surely I don't like. Is that a status thing of like, oh, here I have this alligator with me?
That's a killer Facebook post, if you ask me. Just like, I'm here, oh, he's fucking alligator.
No, because it's gotten to the point of like, it's too trying to be cool, and it turns into lame. You know, like
no, but if you put a post of you and the alligator in the hot tub, and you type on "see you later," ... arrow down below, I mean, you're laughing.
That's as captions go. That yes, that is pretty good. Okay.
I work in our social media marketing team.
I know, and if anyone reads my CV, so do I.
We're a dual package.
You get both of us. You hire both of us. But I like, it's like the people who post like pictures of them in sunglasses in front of a big truck. You know?
Yeah.
Or like
the cool lads.
Or if you have a photo holding a gun as your profile photo.
Yeah, now I know you're cool. That's how I know you're down with the boys.
The boys.
The boys. You're down. You're in my crew.
You wouldn't see that at the ploughing championship. I tell you that much.
None of those lads have any fucking photos of them with guns. Tell you that. They're just sweet lads with welly boots.
Photos of Massey Fergusons and such. You didn't think I knew a brand of tractor, did you?
You Googled that. I can see by your eyes.
I didn't Google it. That's bet into me.
Shaun, that's it for this week's weird news, unfortunately. Would you like to take us out?
I would, Connor. I could go for another hour personally, but I'll take us out. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and then next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. You get extra movie reviews and stuff like that over there. You also get a shout out on the show. So big thank you to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu Dozer Enthusiast Evanson, Secretly Ed Sheeran Don't Tell Anyone, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Ed Ball, Connor and Lorraine are renting a human-sized hamster wheel to see all the ocean ghosts, Russ, just working out how to gaslight a load of ants and exploit their natural sense of honour and justice, Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim totally understands if Shaun and Connor need to take a break and mourn the death of the El Muerto movie. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Abs Kebabs, Judge Leahy and Killian Cronin. Thank you all very, very, very much for the continued support. We really do appreciate it. Head on over there if you want to support us, or you can go to things like the merch store that's linked below, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast, and the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Connor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meighan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.